In this lesson, I want to show you how to use conditional statements with laravel. Let's add another key value pair in our array. Let's call this the weather, and let's set it to sunny. Let's go back to welcome.blade.php, and underneath this content, we can add actually another content, but we are inside the container, so it's going to show up really clearly. It's not going to be outside whatever we want. So to add a conditional statement, you're not going to use double curly braces, because with this, and then you use add if, because with this, without using double curly braces, Blade already knows, or Laravel already knows, that you meant to use conditional if statement, as you can see here. Let's say add if, let's say the weather, which was our variable, the weather exists. I think I used double parentheses, which I'm not going to use. If the weather exists, then you're going to use a p, which is a paragraph tag. Let's say it's a whatever day. So let's say it's the weather day, which is a sunny day or cloudy day. So whatever you put in the route file is going to be visible right here. Day. And I think you can use else as well. So let's say else, and let's generate another paragraph tag, which I'm going to copy this. I meant copy, not cut. It's weather day is going to be no weather available. We're going to shout it. So that's it. Let's give it a try now. But before we give it a try, we need to close. What do we need to close? And if, because if you use if, you need to close it down underneath, because if you don't close it, you're going to see the error. So let's hit save, and let's go back here, and we get an error. So what's the error? Undefined variable, the weather. So why is undefined variable? Let's go back here. There you go. We missed H. Then refresh. It's a sunny day. To make sure it works, we're gonna put this to false to see it is going to generate us with a different result. Yeah, no weather available. So it's working. Whatever you put here and use the if and else statement, you can see that we can use actually if, else anywhere we want without using these double curly braces. This is another point that is really important. Now for your IDE or text editor, if you see that these are orange or a different color, you can go ahead and change it to make it differentiate with the HTML tags. To show you how to make the color, let's hit Command, or if you're using Windows, let's hit Control. But if you're using Mac, let's hit Command, comma, and then go to Blade right here, click on this section, Directive, they're called Directive, and let's uncheck this, use inherited attributes, and I need to see them blue. That's why I use blue color, because I can at least see what is going on in here. Let's go back here, and I want to see this like red. I don't want to see it green. That's why I'm going to use this color, the exact color I use for PHP delimiters. So it's much clearer now, and you can see where you are using these delimiters anywhere. I like to use my delimiter colors are red and keyword colors are blue. It's up to you. You can use any color you want. So something else is worth mentioning, which was, if you go back to Blade, you can see a line here says comment. This is a really good key that I can mention right here before we continue. If you want to generate a comment in PHP, you know how to do it, because you already passed PHP courses, or you study PHP somewhere else, or you work with PHP already. I assume you worked with PHP already. But if you want to use comments for, let's say blade, use this syntax: double curly braces and dash dash. This is similar syntax to use commenting in SQL language, but that's what you use in blade or laravel commenting as well. Let's add an else if clause. Before this, let's make this weather equals sunny, and then let's come down here, else if, and inside else if, let's say the weather equals rainy. If it equals rainy, let's output it again, or let's say something else. But let's say it's a rainy day or it's a sunny day. If I come back to the Chrome and let's refresh, it says it's a sunny day because we have sunny day in our roots. Let's change it to rainy and say we have rainy day. And if you couldn't find it, it will say no weather available. So let's keep it that way to rainy day. Let's go and try a for each loop. Let's go to the route file, and then I'm going to add a variable called the landmarks, and let's make an array for this. I'm going to use the modern way of making an array, if you will. And let's say some kind of good places in London I can think of. It's going to be Tower Hill. The second one is going to be Big Ben. And then the third one, let's say London Eye. Big Ben, make it capital. So we have this landmark as an array for us, so you can use it. Before we can use it, let's add it here. Let's hit comma, and let's say the landmarks key, and value is going to be the landmark, which is going to be the same variable we made right here. We're going to paste it here. Now this variable is going to be available as an array for us, because this variable indicates this variable, which is an array with 3 items in it. So after that, I'm going to generate a HR tag here, and then I'm going to say, let's add a UL tag. After opening the UL tag, inside the UL tag we use add for each. Inside the for each, we say our variable, which we're going to sneak and take it from here, and then come back here and use it with a $sign in front of it as something else. It can be anything, but we're going to call it landmark. Before we continue, let's close this at for each with end for each right here, and inside end for each, let's use our li tag with the double curly braces, and inside the double curly braces we can use the landmark like this. Let's come back here, refresh. We have an error, so let's say what's an error. Let me just go back to my root. Yep, because I'm supposed to use this instead of array, we have to use string, because it says error exception, and then parameter 1 needs to be a string, array given. This is a really thoughtful lesson, because you can see the error and what is the problem better than any PHP errors that you could see. PHP is really good with errors. So in here you can see Tower Hill, Big Ben, and London Eye. So we're using for each, and you will be able to use while loop as well as for each loops, but these are the main loops that you usually use within your template files. Apart from loop, let's use unless as well as loops, because we use loops, else, if, and etc. Let's say unless unless the landmark we have here equals Tower Hill, then you're going to output the landmark, and then let's close this and unless. There we go. Let's save it again and come back here. There you go. Tower Hill is now missed from the list. I don't know about you, but I think Blade templating engine is really powerful and elegant to use.